Would you rather never have to worry about money or never have to worry about your health again?
Never have to worry about my health again because money can come and go at any point in time, but your health cannot. Once your health's gone, it's gone. I mean, you know what I mean?
And I think you got to see it, firsthand.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's, one of my main experiences because my dad passed away and I was just like, dang.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So.
Malcolm, how are you doing today, man?
Good. How are you, Dave?
Pretty good, man. Thank you so much for the support, for allowing us to give you an interview, and honestly, for taking the time, to be here. Really, really appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
So, how old are you?
It's a good question. I'm 29.
29 years.
I get told I'm 23, 24.
Hey.
I know.
You do look young, so.
I appreciate it.
Where are you from?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
All right. Yeah, I'm in the Super Bowl.
The Ravens. Something, yeah.
All righty. Now, what is your highest level of education?
So I have some college. It's funny that you asked me that because I'm actually going back next month.
Oh, wow.
With my degree in cybersecurity. Yeah. So
wow. Cybersecurity.
Yeah.
When you first went, first time, for how many months did you go?
I actually went for a year and a half. The whole situation with that.
Now, what do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living? I work for a bank, actually. But kind of perfect that you ask me these questions. Right?
Excellent. You want to elaborate a little bit on that? Like what you do?
Yeah. So I work doing CDs, money markets, online savings accounts, cashback debit is what we call it, but it's a checking account. So we help people, customers, build up their savings, build up their CDs, invest for their future.
Now, what social class were you growing up?
Ooh, lower class.
Oh, really?
Grew up in the project.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What were some of the challenges?
What were some of the challenges? Man. Let's see. Food was definitely a challenge. Electricity. I mean, we had a lot of hurricanes out there in Maryland, so electricity would go off here and there, and then, we're just trying to make it. Yeah. Grilled cheese was amazing.
Oh.
But other challenges, though, too, would be schools. I mean, didn't have the best schools out there. Well, just in the area that we were in. Again, I grew up in the project, so.
What do your family talk about money?
I would say maybe. Well, just depend on who it is that you ask. My oldest brother, I would say he would.
What about your parents, like sitting down at a dinner table and be like, hey, today, we're going to tell you the importance of money, or we're going to talk about
my dad.
Save money.
My dad was like that, for sure. My mom was always on the go because she was the one that was working. My dad was disabled. So she was, people say wear the pants in the relationship, whatever, but it wasn't like that. It was just, they didn't have that type of relationship where it was like, I wear the pants, I do this, I do that. They had a great dynamic. So my mom was working, my dad, again, disabled. So he would do a lot of things around the house where he'd take care of us, things of that nature, right? But when we were growing up, before he got disabled, he was actually doing nursing. So, yeah, so.
That's really good, man.
Yep.
What was your first interaction with money?
My first interaction with money? Doing chores. I mean, let's be honest. He's like, get your act together, do some chores, maybe get some money. And you're like, oh, okay.
How much would you get?
Back then?
And what were some of the chores that you would have?
90s? Man, no, I mean, so you go from like taking out the trash, cleaning the dishes, cleaning the bathrooms, like mopping, everything.
How much were you getting? Like $1, $2, $5?
Depending on how much you did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about just doing the trash and then just the dishes?
Trash and dishes, about like $3.
That's pretty good. I mean, back then in the 90s, could definitely get.
Yeah, well, the first thing we would do is either go to the corner store and go play Mortal Kombat, get some stuff from the corner store, or
back then it was just quarters, and then you get to play. So
yeah.
$3, man.
Yeah.
Times that you can play.
On top of that, I mean, there were people who actually sold stuff from their houses too. So we just go to, because they'd be like, oh, it's cheaper. And like, okay. Some people actually made their own pickles. Maryland's known for pickles. So let you know that if you didn't know that. And seafood. We'll get into that later. But yeah.
Damn. All right. Now we're going to go into our first section called Dollars and Cents. This is more about behavioral questions to evaluate your money habits.
Yeah.
We have generated 5 questions. Question number 1 is, how much money would be enough for the rest of your life?
So I would say a couple million. And the reason why I say that is because let's say something happens health wise with you or, spouse or family member or something like that. Or you just want to have a little bit extra in the bank, you want to travel, whatever. But you in your health too, you know what I mean? So
Well, you say like a couple, you're talking about like 2, 4, 6.
I say about like 4 million. Yeah.
Good. All right. Question number 2 is, what is the most expensive present that you have ever bought for somebody?
Anytime it's someone's birthday, and let's say like I'm really close to them, like I'm in a relationship, or like they are saying, hey, I really wanted to go do this, I'll pay for the whole thing. Pay for the whole thing. They don't have to worry about nothing.
And so you've done this
trip. Oh yeah, multiple times. Yeah. And my thing is like this. I do it as experiences, not like, oh well, I want a car. Okay, I could just go buy a car, get in debt, whatever, or pay it off, whatever. But my thing is more like experiences in life. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's say someone wanted to go to Japan. And I was like, cool, let's go. And they don't take me seriously. And I'm just like looking at tickets. I'm already getting ready to book everything. And they're just like, oh, you're serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm dead serious. Let's go.
Question number 3 is, what is something that you always wanted to buy if money was unlimited?
Ooh, land. I've always wanted to buy land. I want to have like a barn, like a big old barn garage. You seen those before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want one of those.
Kind of like in Back to the Future, remember? Where it crashes and then you see like this massive one. Let me think of that.
Yeah. I want that because I want to be able to work on cars and things like that.
Question number 4 is, what are 3 short-term and 3 long-term financial goals that you have?
Short term, I mean, they're all the same. It's just paying off debt is essentially is what it is. So my car, any credit cards that I might have, or any like health bills that I might have, all the health bills are gone. So I don't worry about that. I already take care of those. But credit card in the car.
Sounds good. And then what about like long-term?
Yes. So long term, we're looking at business, of course, owning multiple properties, and then for third, I want to be able to just travel a lot and like have my own. You know what I mean? Like I come back to where I want to come back to and like travel.
You want to have kind of like your own schedule.
Yeah.
As you can work.
Yeah. Work from home.
Computer.
I work from home. I'm set.
Question number 5 is, what is the most frugal thing that you have ever done?
Went to the Dollar Tree and bought some stuff from the Dollar Tree as opposed to going to like a Walmart or like Target. I love me some Target though. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, there's name brand stuff in there. And so,
how would you describe your relationship with money?
My relationship with money, it was a struggle in the beginning for sure. I was doing a lot for other people as opposed to doing things for myself. So that's what I try to tell people now: invest in yourself. I'm not saying be selfish. I'm not saying be rude to other people. I'm not saying treat them like you're better than them. I'm just saying invest in yourself, please.
Okay. All right. Now, what is the best financial advice that you can give based on your personal experience?
Invest in yourself. Save money.
And pay your bills.
Pay your bills. Yes, pay your bills. Open up CDs. For CDs, FDIC insured. $250,000. So they go by category, right? For FDIC for $250,000. So let's say you open up an online savings account, right? Cool. It's considered a savings. If you open up a money market account, a money market you can get a debit card with. It hasn't any percentage yield, but it's considered a savings account. So you now have 2 things in the same category. Some people get confused with that and they put in, let's say like 150,000 into this one or 200,000 into this one and then like 40,000 into this one. Before they know it, it goes over and they're like 260,000. And then
there.
Right. And then they're like, hey, I ask questions and I'm like, oh, well, let me break it down for you. It goes by category. And FDIC is federally insured is what it is, right? So they're the ones who make up the categories. So you have to talk to them about it.
What is the worst financial advice that you have ever received or heard of?
So I heard someone told me this one time. They were trying to go get a new car. They didn't want the car that they had anymore. And the place that they went to, they told them, oh, let the car get repossessed, stop making payments on it, and they will give you a deal on the new car. That's just straight up what they said to them.
Wow.
And it's not the first time I've heard it from this dealership, about this dealership.
Are you comfortable with your current financial situation?
Comfortable? I'm getting comfortable. I'm going to tell you that right now. I got a lot of stuff happening when I moved to Mesa. So rent's gonna be cheaper than what I'm paying right now, which is kind of wild because if we think about it, it's more expensive out there.
I was just thinking like, yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be cheaper out there for me. And then on top of that, I got a lot of networking that I've been doing already for the past 5-6 years. So I have people out there that I know. Yeah, it's a lot of cool stuff going on. There's a lot of cool stuff.
Nice, man. Hey, maybe, like down the road, let's say like 2, 3, even 5 years, we can have a second interview and then we can see your progress. I think that would be great.
Let's do it. I'm down.
All right, now we're going to go over a second section called Would You Rather. So same process as the previous one, 5 randomly generated questions. The first one is, would you rather have a job that you hate with a high salary or have a job that you love with a below minimum wage?
Job that I hate with a high salary.
Really? Why would that be?
I'll tell you why. You ever worked a job that you hated?
Yeah.
Making like nothing?
Yes, absolutely.
That answers the question right there. At least you'll be covered financially. You know what I mean?
You're right. Yeah. It's just like a delayed gratification in a way.
Right.
Like
exactly.
suffer a little bit and
exactly. Oh, I've been suffering.
Second question is, would you rather never have to worry about money or never have to worry about your health again?
Never have to worry about my health again because money can come and go at any point in time, but your health cannot. Yeah. Once your health's gone, it's gone. I mean, you know what I mean?
And I think you got to see it, firsthand.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's, one of my main experiences because my dad passed away and I was just like, dang.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So, alrighty. Question number 3 is, would you rather retire at the age of 55 with $1 million or retire at the age of 65 with $2 million? So it's only a 10-year difference, but you're getting 100% more for those 10 years.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you why I say 55. So what you can do with 55, I already kind of explained this earlier with the FDIC insured CD and money markets, all that stuff, right? So at 55, your health, depending on, how you take care of yourself, will guarantee be better than at 65. You're getting older. Let's be honest. You're not going to be able to move, like you used to, whatever, right? So you got 55, you got what, 1 million, 2 million?
1 million.
1 million? Okay, invest. By the time you hit 65, you'll have more than 2 million. I'll put money on that.
Hey, especially you know how to make it. So, alrighty. Question number 4 is, would you rather have a small savings account but earn a lot of money or earn very little money but have a big savings account?
Small savings account earning a lot of money. So with the small savings account, it's a savings. Basically like a nest egg, right? Yeah. But if you're making more than enough to be able to cover, you're fine. Now with the bigger savings and then making less money, let's say something happens and that money that you're making is not going to be able to cover whatever it is. Now you're going to have to pull from your savings. Now it's going to take you longer to build that back up. Sure. You don't have to worry about that. You got them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah. I like how you see it. It's more like, hey, here's the money up front. I don't have to.
Right. And not to worry about it later. Right. You can still, it doesn't say that you can't, invest it or put into your savings.
True, yeah.
It's just that you have the ability to access it faster as opposed to having it in the savings.
Yeah, kind of like the liquidity of it.
Right.
All right. And then the final question is, would you rather borrow money from your parents at a 0% rate or get a loan from the bank at a 5.99 rate?
I'll have to say the bank. I'm kidding. If anyone says the bank, that's wild to me. You have something going on. Forgive your family or forgive yourself, okay? Do the 0%, please. Let's just be smart with that. Do the 0%.
I'll tell you why I came up with that question.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people, they don't carry pride, but at the same time, it is very hard for a lot of people to actually tell their parents hey, I'm struggling. I need help. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like the reason behind it. Would you rather tell your parents hey, I've done a mistake and I please help me?
Yeah.
Or be like, you know what? I know that I'm in trouble, but I don't want to share this. So let me go to a bank and actually get that, fix my situation. However, I'm going to get done with that 5.99.
Right.
But you're right. I like the approach that you took from a family perspective.
Right.
That could also be the
exactly
case.
What it is. So if someone didn't choose the 0%, it's exactly what it is. Or they had the money in the first place to be able to cover. You know what I mean? So those are only two ways.
And I think to this day, I have not had anyone that has picked the other ones. It's always
I hope not.
We'll see.
But it'll be somebody who'll be 5.99. Why am I gonna ask my parents? At 0%, like, come on, man. Dang. Shoot, I'll even buy them food on top of that. Like, what you want? You want to go on a trip?
What is the best financial decision that you have ever made?
So, best financial decision I've ever made was stop paying for other people's stuff and stop paying other people's bills. Investing in myself, to be honest with you. I mean, whether it be something small, well, I say small, but, you know, this is big for YouTube, you know, like, equipment costs money. Nobody else is going to pay your bills but you. Let's be honest.
I've seen it firsthand.
Oh, yeah, exactly. They'll ask you.
Yeah.
But as soon as you try to ask somebody else, they'll be like, no, I can't do that. Or, oh, well, did you figure this out? Or did you go do this? Did you go do that? Sometimes they'll tell you to go take out a loan.
Now, you mentioned that you used to pay for people. So it was kind of like a recurring scenario, like every single weekend you would go out and then it was expected for you to like pick up the check or like, you know, whether, you know, you were going to the movies or you were going to get a drink.
That's easy.
Okay. So,
That's easy.
Oh, wow. So we're taking it to like a next level.
We're talking like bills.
Wow. Like, hey, I cannot pay.
Or like college.
Oh, wow.
Stuff like that.
And how can someone approach you and be like, hey, I cannot make my semester? And it's like, I mean, here at the University of Arizona, I think like right now it's like $12,000 for the year. So someone is like, hey, can I please get $6K? Like, how can someone do that to you? Like hey,
Luckily, it wasn't the University of Arizona. I was like, no, I love the U of A. But yeah, so it wasn't a university.
It was kind of like
It was community college.
Oh, it's still.
But it still costs $2,000, $3,000.
Or even like trade school, you know. I mean,
right. Well, and at the time, what I was making, I was way younger, right?
It was kind of like whatever.
I mean, you know, minimum wage wasn't what it is now. The economy's not. It wasn't what it is now. Yeah. But I was making. Let me see. I was making what, $13, $14 an hour. Minimum was like $7 and change. So I was making 2 times that, right? Yeah. Cool. Whatever. But let's talk about me. You know, you want to go on a trip? Where's that money going to come from? You, yeah. You know what I mean? So, I mean, even like people being like, I need gas money. I'm like, all right, sure.
Maybe they would do that because they knew that you wouldn't say no.
Oh, there were times when I would say no.
Oh, okay.
Catch a hissy bit. I'm like, all right.
Man.
So like, hey, I mean, hey, you don't need to be in my life then. That's why, like, you know.
Now, this is the best financial decision. Now, what is the worst financial decision that you have ever made?
Trading in my truck for the car I have now. This goes back to the question from before. It's because somebody else, they're like, I can't drive your truck because I don't feel comfortable driving your truck. What if something happens? You drive the car instead. Wow. So I traded in the truck, got a car.
You still with her?
Obviously not. You see a ring on?
Hey, maybe you were just dating or something.
No. All right. No.
Excellent. Now we're going to go over our last section called What Do You Think? It is the same process, 5 random questions. This one is more about opinions and thoughts on money. So the first one is, does money buy happiness?
No, money does not buy happiness. It buys financial freedom. If you want to be free, you want to have a lot of money. Let's be honest.
But if you want to
Which is why people who have a lot of money are not happy. The ones who never struggled, they're not happy.
The second question is, why do you think that many athletes go bankrupt after they retire?
They don't invest. When they buy a house or they buy a brand new car, right after they get that big fat paycheck and the taxes come for them, so what happens.
What are 3 things that money cannot buy?
Happiness. Can't buy you love, I'll tell you that much. I would think that'd just be it. Just those 2, to be honest with you. Right. Those are let's be honest, those are the main things in life.
But yeah, love and happiness. All right, man, I'll take that.
It's a song about it.
All righty. The fourth question is, what are some aspects of life that change your way of seeing money over time?
Relationships, health, so you get sick.
How has technology transformed the way someone approaches personal finance?
So, obviously we know we're going into the digital age, right? You have everything you need at your fingertips. for your finances. There's apps for everything, calculators for everything. It's right there in your hand now to be able to do whatever you need with it. It's so much easier now than it was back then. If you have to go into a brick and mortar, let's say like you need to go make a payment on something, or let's say like you were trying to get a car. Okay, well the bank's closed at 5 p.m. and it's 7 p.m. and you need to go do something. You can't. You have to wait until the next day. What if you waited and procrastinated and now it's the last minute? You're SOL. You know,
Definitely. So now 24/7.
right, exactly. And that's because the bank I work for is, we hear all the time, you guys are open 24/7. This is great. And I'm like, yeah.
I'm the one taking care from.
No, literally. Bro, 8 p.m. Arizona time all the way to 6:30 in the morning. Wow. Yeah.
Finally, just to wrap it all up, is there anything else that you would like to share with the audience? Do you have any final thoughts?
What I was talking about earlier about investing in yourself, like I said before, don't be rude to other people. Have morals. Be a great person. Don't treat other people like trash. Hey, we're all in this together. We're all struggling the same. We're all, trying to make it. So that would be my main thing for everybody out there. And more.
Thanks so much, man. Appreciate your time.
Great to be here.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please support the channel by subscribing, commenting, and liking the video. The question of the day is the following. Let me know your opinions, thoughts, comments, and constructive criticism in the comment section, and I will see you guys on the next video.